allow me to get a little deeper in the process wherein you one fine day say, I become a
Cut
full-time
to,
farmer,
yeah.
right? But before that, you did a lot of your work. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been following your Instagram for some time now, and I see that you build a farm in the middle of Powai,
Yeah, in Mumbai.
and that community is probably benefiting from all the vegetables that are
Absolutely.
growing there. And before you did that, you must have done something with your balcony or terrace, right?
Absolutely.
So tell us the smaller steps, because what I want to kind of get out is, and that's the mistake that I've been doing, is you always go and do something big and it doesn't work. But when I look at your journey, these smaller steps, I can see them building towards the larger farm.
Absolutely.
So tell us how you started. What was the first thing you did? And often what happens is success breeds success, right? So it must have been successes all along those, along with all the failures where you saw success as well.
What a loaded question. So
Yeah.
too many things in that question itself. I think let's start backwards. Success breeds success. So you should always play to succeed. I think failure is glamorized too much in today's world, especially in the startup world, right?
Yeah.
Don't play to lose, play to win. If you play to win and lose on the way, it's okay. But you have to play to win it, okay? So that's the first attitude. Second attitude is when you're at home, there are 5 decisions you can take immediately. It's famously known as the 5 R's.
Okay.
At the sake of repetition, you will find this on the internet everywhere. But the first thing you do is refuse. Okay? Refuse what you don't need. Okay? You're on Amazon, impulse, some ad is pushing at you this fancy new earphone that has 3 times more noise cancelling than your existing AirPods. Just refuse the impulse to buy it. Okay? Reduce your consumption. First refuse, then reduce, then reuse. Okay? And at the end you recycle. Okay? These are the things you can do sitting at home.
Right.
You don't even have to move.
Right.
Continue living your life and just do this. From there I went zero plastic. I'm still on the journey, but I went zero plastic. Okay? So conscious consumption. I'm buying my shoes from an artisan in Mussoorie who is 5th generation cobbler, who takes the shape of your foot and customizes a shoe for you that lasts with aggressive use on the farm. It's been 9 years now and nothing has happened to it. This is a cobbler in Mussoorie, right? So buy one shoe, buy a great shoe, buy a custom fit shoe that you will enjoy and it's extremely comfortable. These are the things you do at home. Then you start growing coriander and methi at home. Okay, the simplest thing to do. You take some seeds from the market, take dhania from the market, crush it in the between your palms and sow it. And the first harvest of coriander that you get is going to be super gratifying. You compost your kitchen waste, segregate your waste, compost your kitchen waste. Within 2 months, if you use the right microbial culture, it's widely available. So many beautiful composting solutions out there. The famous one is Daily Dump. We can shout out to them or whatever. I mean, so many others are there. So you take a nice composter, home composter, compost your kitchen waste, put it in a kundi, put some seeds, boom, you're growing your own food at home. Find a sunny spot in a window. Next you conquer is your terrace, building terrace. Go fight with your building secretary because he's not going to allow you to do it. Put some MS stands.
I can see all the patterns you have had at home and your society.
No, man, this is the story of every society in every city.
Right.
Somehow the secretary thinks, he can stop people from doing what they want. But anyway, so you go fight with whoever you have to fight and take control of your terrace. It has enough sunshine. Put some grow bags there and start growing food that will feed. Chalo, you don't want to eat it, your watchman will eat it, yeah, whatever. But I mean, start growing food on your terrace. Then you go to your common garden in your society. Every society has some space growing,
manicured lawn.
some nice shapes of animals happening on some foreign species of plants.
Yeah.
Just get rid of all that rubbish, put some beautiful compost there, start growing food there. I think in the city we need to start reclaiming the common space, right? Wild purslane grows all over the city. Wood sorrel grows all over the city. These are sabzis. You can eat them. If you're sitting at a CCD or a Starbucks and you see some shrubs growing, take a picture of it, Google, is it edible or not? If it's edible, try eating it. These are acts of radical revolution where you're pushing back on the system, telling the system, listen, I'm not going to eat what you feed me. I'm going to sort of reclaim my basics.
It's very funny that you mentioned. I'm sorry, I have to tell you this story because this is. So you mentioned about finding a shrub at a Starbucks or a CCD. The very building that we are sitting in, I don't know, but probably we have some indisciplined tenants in this building who might have thrown a bunch of tomatoes outside their windows sometimes. I'm walking up the stairs every day, and in our duct of this building, one fine day I see a plant with red cherry tomatoes on it, and I'm like,
Amazing,
where
right?
are these cherry tomatoes growing on a drainage
crazy.
pipeline? You know,
This is
I mean
crazy.
drainage pipeline, so it's
This-
probably getting compost. I don't know what it's getting, but good nutrients. Bright red cherry tomatoes. They were unreachable, but I would have loved to get hand on them. You
So
know,
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you don't have to go get a farm,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to do something so radical. You find soil, you plant something, and you grow and you eat. The flavor, the joy, the satisfaction, the rebellion, the mindset is extremely empowering, right? Go on the fringes. I'm not saying like convert cities to farmlands, but
Yeah.
use this real estate.
Yeah.
Because ultimately we are sequestering carbon, right? We trap carbon dioxide and we create sugar, which is used by us. So it's somehow reclaiming the space that we have so carelessly, without permission, destroyed. So you do that, and then slowly, as your sort of confidence increases, you go on the outskirts. There are these contract farms. There's a new concept that is coming up. So you can actually pay someone monthly fees, and they will take like 500 square foot of farmland for you. They'll grow whatever you will consume
Correct.
on it. So start contributing to such initiatives. People are doing stuff around the city. Do this. After you have done this, participate in plantation drives, go on treks, spend time with nature. After you've done all this, if you still feel that you want to go deeper, I felt so, then you go and volunteer on farms. Take a month's break if you can work remotely, if you're in the tech industry, figure out a place where there is Wi-Fi, go stay on a farm, work on a farm. Typically, an average office day can be wrapped up in 4 to 5 hours if you do concentrated work. Work for 4 hours, rest of the time work on the farm, eat off the farm, live that life. And then hopefully you can go and rent a farm, and then hopefully you should go and buy a farm. But I will not recommend you buying a farm because, again,
Not for everyone.
not for everyone, and it's land use change, man. Tomorrow, if you buy a farm and you change your mind and you clear the plot and you build a bungalow, you will be ruining it all. So I don't trust people to be as committed as they start off with, right?
Okay.
So I would not recommend people go and buy their own piece of land unless they are fully, deeply, positively committed.
Okay.
Ki I'm not going to clear this plot, level it out with a JCB and put a swimming pool and a bungalow there. Like, that's the last thing you should do.